I love being right. Yeah, I'm back, baby. What I tell y'all? It's so, yeah. What I tell y'all? It feels so good to be back. All right, look, man, Torture Talk. Today's episode, we're going to talk about me being right. Look, man. So today's episode is Jay-Z's accuser has came out with her story being inconsistent and said that she lied and fabricated her story. I know y'all don't like to hear this, but shout out to the winner, too, of the Cash App giveaway. Shout out, you know what I'm saying? But look, before I get into that, you know, this is Torture Talk. I got to get my spill. This is Torture Talk. If you like the content, please consider subscribing. If you're new here, let me work on your subscription today. All the beautiful, single, sexy ladies, put one in the chat. All the fellas, y'all know where to find the ones that just don't harass them. I don't sell no merch, but I do have content absolutely free. But if you want to leave a donation, Cash App is in the description. And call me the hidden gem. I went from 1,300 subscribers to over 13,000 subscribers. And I am the king of the North. Let me know what kingdom you from. So we ain't going to do no more talking. We just going to get right into the clip. All right. So we be back to discuss. All right, man. So look. Some of y'all hearts going to be broken. I'm sorry. But let's get it.
Alongside Diddy over an alleged crime that... Boom! Literally minutes ago, Jay-Z released a new statement after his accuser has been exposed. Let me break it all down for you. As you might remember from my previous videos, Beyoncé's husband has been named as a co-defendant alongside Diddy over an alleged crime that took place way back in 2000. A woman claims that she was 13 years old at the time, went to an MTV VMAs after party, and was raped by both Diddy and Jay-Z. Jay-Z immediately responded to being named in the lawsuit, saying that it was a shakedown, it was blackmail, it was extortion, and he was not going to pay up because he was innocent.
Y'all still with me? Y'all still with me? Because y'all know I got a lot to say. I got a lot to say. King of the North got a lot to say. You know what I'm saying? So I hope y'all still with me. Let's keep it going.
And it seems like that might be the case. Jay-Z today says, quote, "Today's investigative report proves this attorney, Tony Busby, filed a false complaint against me in the pursuit of money and fame. This incident didn't happen, and yet he filed it in court and doubled down in the press. True justice is coming. We fight from victory, not for victory. This was over before it began. This 1-800 lawyer doesn't realize it yet, but soon."
What are you doing? Everyone knows.
So what report is he talking about? Let me explain. Tony Busby, as Jay-Z mentioned in that statement, is the lawyer representing this anonymous Jane Doe. He is the Texas attorney who is filing 120 individual lawsuits against Cassie's ex-boyfriend.
Okay, so y'all still with me? Y'all still with me? So look, Um, sometimes I feel like we jump the gun too much. And I like to question everything. That doesn't necessarily mean that everybody's innocent or guilty when you question everything. I just want to question everything because I want y'all to question everything. You have to understand, people do things for money. People lie for money. They will sell their mother for money. People will get their father deleted for money. So what do you think is going to happen if someone says, I can get you upwards of $2 million? All you have to do is say that you were at a certain place. Were you ever there? Yes. There's no cameras. There's no nothing, no evidence of nothing. But given the fact of the climate that we live in, where they say believe all women, which I'm not totally against, because there are some women out there who do things does happen to them. But we can't believe all women, because so far 2 cases have come out and these same women have lied. I know y'all hate to hear it. I know you hate to hear it. I didn't mean to push that, but I know y'all hate to hear it, but I'm just telling y'all the truth. The thing is, we live in a society where people will lie for money.
This particular suit, filed in New York, is the first time that a co-defendant is named. For some reason, Tony Busby thought it would be a good idea for the Jay-Z and Diddy accuser to speak to the media. So this week on Wednesday, she sat down with NBC News, and they are protecting her identity, but they questioned this woman. And in doing so, a lot of big discrepancies came up. It might be game over for her. The first huge red flag for me is we now learn that this young woman, 13 years old at the time, was living in Rochester, New York. Do you know how long it takes to drive from Rochester to New York City, where the VMAs were held that year? Where
Yo, that's like 10 hours. Dude, 10 hours? That's like 9-10 hours. Rochester's, I don't know if it's that far, but it's far.
after party she alleges that this grape happened, it takes over 5 hours. Look, I just looked it up. 5 hours and 20 minutes. Insane. The woman claims that she snuck out of her house and was driven down to New York by a friend. And here's the craziest part. The VMAs in 2000 were held on a Thursday. The VMAs start around 8 p.m. Eastern time. This girl would have been in school on September the 7th of 2000, a Thursday. She would have had to miss school that entire day. That's something that can easily be verified or debunked.
Ah, I know y'all gonna hate this episode, but
Additionally, her family would have noticed her missing. It's not like she snuck out overnight. She had to have snuck out in the middle or beginning of the day to make it in New York City in time to go watch the VMAs. And here's another bombshell. The guy's dad does not remember picking her up. In her lawsuit, Jane...
What did I say about the bro? I said this in my last video. I literally said, what about the father? I said, what about the girl who gave her the phone to call her father? How did she get to the gas station? Where did she go? She ran through the party. How did she get out the gate? Like, y'all don't ask these questions? How y'all don't ask these questions? I don't understand how y'all don't ask these questions. If this is an allegation against a billionaire, a black billionaire at that, he's not messy. He's not messy like Diddy. How can y'all sit here and tell me that y'all can say that this man is a monster or he is something of any type of nature that is dirty or bad? How could y'all say that this guy did any of these things when you don't have no evidence of it? Jay-Z doesn't come off as a guy who does nefarious, dirty, bad things, right? You don't have no history of Jay-Z doing any of these things. So how is it that y'all just go along with whatever story is thrown in front of you without looking it up? Because you feel some type of way inside, it makes you feel like Jay-Z is a monster because you've been programmed to think that. Instead of saying, you know what, let me go do some research before I actually blame something on this man. Because he never showed any type of, every time you see Jay-Z and we do an interview, he does everything that makes sense or matters. He just does not do anything just to do it. You never seen Jay-Z, not one time have you ever seen Jay-Z doing something just to do it. Never. One time, there's a video going around where Jay-Z was in the party and some dude was trying to film his wife and he snatched the dude's phone out of his hand and said, don't do that. Don't be taping my wife. Like, what's wrong with you? Crazy? You know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying, that's the only time I seen Jay-Z do something weird. Well, that ain't even weird because that's his wife. Like, it's not weird, but that's his wife. But I guess what I'm trying to explain to y'all is, how is it that y'all could just believe whatever story is thrown in front of you? And I don't see none of you podcasters. I swear I am going to start calling y'all out. Everybody, every one of y'all podcasters was out here demonizing Jay-Z. Oh, he ain't shit. He's a piece of this. He's a piece of that. I can't believe. You see, I knew he was like that. Look at this. See, I have evidence that he did it. Oh, there's evidence coming out. Oh, man, Beyonce's about to drop her last name. Like, y'all was going crazy. And now, look, y'all got egg on your face. I don't see none of y'all apologizing. I want to see, I'm going to actually do an episode where I'm going to go through all of y'all that was talking crazy on Jay-Z. I want to see y'all do an episode apologizing to that man. You got to apologize to him.
Alleges that after the grape incident, she left the house where the after party was at, ran to a gas station, called her father to pick her up. Her dad does not remember picking her up. And did she just wait at that gas station for 4 hours for her father to get there? Something is not adding up. The math ain't mathing, as they say. One of Tony Busby's attorneys gave NBC News the name and birth date of the friend she alleges initially drove her down to New York City because she was 13 at the time and couldn't drive. And it just so happens that that friend, who was 20 at the time, has since died.
Do you?
Okay. And it just so happens that that friend, who was 20 at the time, has since died.
Wow.
Okay. Her own father says that he did not learn about all of this until this week, and says about going to pick her up from Rochester to New York City, quote, "I feel like I would remember that, and I don't," says her dad.
Bro.
"I have a lot going."
Y'all can't say nothing no more, bro. I'm telling y'all, man. let this finish out, man, because I got a lot to say.
On, but I mean, that's something that would definitely stick in my mind. The woman's dad says he does remember once picking her up in the middle of the night, but he said that it was a local drive, meaning in Rochester, New York. Additionally, while being interviewed with NBC News this week, Jay-Z's accuser says that at the after party, when she got there, she started chatting with some celebrities like Fred Durst and Benji Madden. A representative for Benji Madden, however, now says that he and his brother, neither of them attended the 2000 VMAs, and that they were both together in their band Good Charlotte on tour in the Midwest at the time. The woman, according to NBC News, also could not provide any further information about the after party she said she attended. Okay. In a follow-up interview today, after that earlier in this week interview, Jane Doe says the following: "Honestly, what is the clearest is what happened to me, and the route that I took to what happened to me. Not all of the faces there are as clear. So I have made some mistakes. I may have made a mistake in identifying." Also today, the woman responded to her father.
Bro, come on. So you may have made a mistake in identifying someone graping you. That's what you're saying? Like, come on, man. What are we doing here? What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? Let's finish this out, man. I got a lot to say.
Not remembering picking her up. Jane Doe says that she stands by her claim that her dad picked her up and that it is possible he had misremembered. Jane Doe adds, "There are a lot of things, and this is stuff that we argue about constantly between her and her father. Something he said or did back in New York around that time period, he just doesn't remember. It actually causes a lot of fights sometimes in the household." The woman now lives in Alabama. Tony Busby also offers this about the dad not remembering picking her up. Quote, "We agree he states he doesn't remember. His daughter explains that he was in no state to remember during that point in time due to personal issues he was having then. We are talking about a time frame more than 20.
Bro, you cannot make this up, man. I'm telling you. Shout out to Kevin Samuels. You can't make this up, man. Like, for real. It's so crazy that people will jump through hoops to keep a lie going. You want to lie that bad, lady? Like, I mean, I guess some people want money, but let's keep it finished.
20 years ago. Tony Busby, the lawyer, also says now, Jane's Doe case was referred to our firm by another who vetted it prior to sending it to us. Our client remains fiercely adamant that what she has stated is true to the best of her memory. We will continue to vet her claims and collect corroborating data to the extent it exists. Because we have interrogated her intensely, she has even agreed to submit to a polygraph. I've never had a client suggest that before. In any event, we always do our best to vet each claim made.
Come on, man. You can't be serious. Agree to a lie detector? agreeing to a lie detector, huh? She even agreed to take a lie detector test. So when she fails, then you be like, well, the reason why she failed because it was so long ago. Come on, man.
Just as we did in this case. I don't want to say this woman is lying, but she's going to have a tough time winning this lawsuit, I think. What do you think about these latest developments? Does it change your thoughts on Jay-Z? Diddy is guilty AF. We've seen video, okay?
All right. Send it there. Yes. So here's the thing. This is what I'm saying, right? What bothers me is y'all so quick to find somebody guilty without no evidence because y'all don't like somebody. That's what really bothers me. That's what really, really bothers me because I'll say to myself, how is it that? And why is it that people are saying Jay-Z is guilty of certain things when they do not have any factual evidence? They're going off what people say. Now, I think that Tony Busby thought that Jay-Z was going to go along with whatever story that he had because I think he thought Jay-Z felt like, well, I got all this stuff going on. If I don't pay, then what's going to happen to me? But I think now, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to tell you what I think is going to happen. I think that the case against Jay-Z is going to be dropped probably this week or next week. It's going to get dropped. I'm going to tell y'all right now. Because this week coming up or next week, you should probably see a letter from the lawyer saying that through further claims we vetted, we can't totally corroborate this story against Jay-Z. Not saying that this person wasn't a victim, but we can't go forward with this because there's too many inconsistencies, something of that nature. But just to show y'all, this is what these people do. These fake victims, because they want money. They've been doing this for years. People have been doing fake victimization for years. I want y'all to understand this. People participate in these things because they want to get paid. That's it. They will say anything to get paid. And if they feel as though that they can get paid, they're going to use it. And I don't know why y'all don't think that these people don't use the system to get paid. Y'all think that these people are virtuous? Y'all think that these people are moral and have standards? No, they don't. These people don't. A good portion of these people are savages. You can't believe in these people. Some of them are truthful and some of them do have some cases and they are victims out there. I'm not saying it's not. But I'm telling y'all, you have to know how to weed it. And sometimes you got to be one of those people that has to ask the tough questions to get to the root of it. Because if you're sitting here believing everybody, then guess what? We all might as well say we was at these Diddy parties and we was at anywhere to get paid. We might as well just make it up. Y'all put so much stock into the victimization, but not the victim. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody wants to question because automatically you're looked at as insensitive or a person who doesn't appreciate a person's pain or what their struggle, what they went through. You should be able to ask questions when it comes to people are being victimized. You should be able to ask, how did you get victimized? What happened? Tell me. Because if you can't tell me, and then you say, well, I don't want to talk about it because it's hurting me, and how am I supposed to be able to help you? And then when I do talk to you about it and I find out years later that you lied about it. Now, again, this is not saying that this person wasn't ever at a Diddy party. It could have been true. But like I said, the story that she is presenting to everyone is a lie because it doesn't add up. You could say whatever you want. It's a lie. If she says, well, how can she sit there and say her dad was going through things in his life and he didn't remember certain things. But then she, in the same breath, she say, well, I was inconsistent about some things too. I can't remember either. So what is this? Like father, like daughter? Like, what are you talking about? You just said your dad, you can't believe him because he doesn't remember certain things because what was going on in his life. But then we have to believe you, even though you said that you wasn't consistent in your story. Like, come on, man. Y'all believe this stuff? I don't get it, man. I don't. But either way, man, I told y'all I was right, man. I told y'all. Gray area, man. You got to stay in the gray area. You can't be a person that's on the right, the left. You got to stay until you got to be neutral. You got to look at things from the lens of everything, not the lens of biasness. That's just the truth. I'm sorry to tell y'all that. I know it hurts y'all feelings. I know it does. But it is what it is. Anyway, thank y'all for joining me. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, man. Shout out to the winner of the Cash App. You know what I'm saying? I might do another one. So stay tuned. All right, man. I'm out of here. See y'all. Peace. Bye.